and we've rallied nicely in the pre-opening Dow futures, now up 100 points. So the market is speaking, and it certainly doesn't seem to be bugged at all by the year-over-year core. Panel.
Got that right, Rick. Let's bring in some of the rest of our panel for some instant reaction to that number. Tyler, what do you think? That was not hotter than expected. In fact,
oh, why am I not getting this?
Year over year, if you're looking at the headline.
Year over year was weaker, and I
There we go.
suspect a lot of people like myself have been looking at the Cleveland Fed nowcast, which were suggesting
Morning.
better than expected numbers. So
I know I'm live.
that it came in consensus.
But I ain't set up yet.
In terms of causes for worry, a lot of this
Do
still
not
looks
disturb.
like it's driven by energy disinflation. The shelter is still up 0.4 month over month. A lot of those core services seem like they were still up. It was new cars, it was energy that were really dragging things down. But yes, relief that it didn't come in hotter than expected.
The number looks good. I just audio. Okay. I gotta open up my podcast. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna open up, close. Label that down. The inflation number confirms there could be a soft landing. God, that's probably not a good thing, but bond yields dropping. Stocks change big. Bitcoin up big. Hit the thumbs up button. I got to turn this down. Okay. I'm watching the reaction and yeah. Opens. The Fed pausing in June and likely reduces rates if things continue. We have PPI tomorrow. Debt ceiling still. Okay. Scans. Let's do some scans. Who's texting me? Oh. It's that one. Let's move over to market scanner. Brokerage holdings. PXD and Amazon. Amazon's a new one. Core investments. Boeing. Let's see. Energy names. This is going to be a long list again. Oh, I should say. Oil. down based on supply level increase in the U.S. and continued slow demand in China. Oil is down. Let's say we have FANG, XLE, Boyle, HAL, SLB. SLB at 47. That's a great price for that one. Let's move to levered ETFs. DRV. I knew DRV got a cross up. And SDS. Let's move to low cost Vanguard. Anything in the Vanguard? VO and VTI. Let's move to spider sectors. Any sectors? XLRE, XLE, and XLI. My personal watch list. I think Lemonade. Ring Central. Wow. That'd be a nice gap fill. RNG. Service Now. Don't like the chart. UPS. Huh. That's a falling knife, though. Pins. Pinterest may have hit a rock bottom. It's kind of setting up that way. Let's put pins in there. I know UPS is going to come up because they are a Dow S&P 100. They are Magnite. Nah. Let's go to ARK funds. Since everybody likes to trade the ARK funds, ARK holdings. Let's look at ARKW, ARKG, ARKF. I'm going to look at the ARK funds. Sony. Sony's been a good one. Wow, and shit, we're going to be up today. Moderna's down. Oxy is down. Roblox down. We should report on Roblox. Good morning, everybody. By the way, if you're here, just hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new, I am on live every day that the market's open. I use TrendSpider here to search and scan for bullish setups in particular stocks. Hold on one second. Use this to scan for bullish stock setups. Wow. Cat AXP. AXP is, I think that's an undervalued one. This is TrendSpider. I have an algorithm based on a morning, Chris. 4-hour time frame. I have a 65-minute algorithm that is public. If you go and watch my TrendSpider video, you can see David Yoakum set it up. BNODFL. Old Dominion. Is that beaten down enough? It might be. Baker Hughes. I don't care about Baker Hughes. You know what? I'll take that out. It's a good setup here, but I don't even know anything about this company. Their earnings are coming up May 15th. Let's see. Let's do a little research. BKR. And if you're new, yeah, I look for bullish setups on stocks. Maybe I should bring it up. Average price target is 36. It's trading at 26. It's an energy stock, though. They're all selling at about 22, 29. I mean, they are. This is the most recent buy. It's July of last year at 24. He's still not even doing well. It's a 28, so yeah, 24 is not bad. Nah, we'll leave it out. That's NASDAQ 100. Let's look at the S&P 100. Wow. Ooh, there's a lot. General Dynamics. This is industrial. Industrials have been coming back. I'll put it in there. Why not? General Dynamics. Next Era Energy. I like the setup. I just don't know anything about it. LMT. We'll put that in there since we have General Dynamics. UPS. Citigroup. Citigroup with a cross up. Oh. I guess somebody's asking Amazon something downstairs. Capital One Financial. USB. Oh, US Bank Corp with a cross up. Let's put COF and USB. I'm not suggesting you get into those, but it is interesting. Let's go to the strategy tester. We'll go to the 4-hour algorithm. Yeah, Capital One Financial. Regional bank. It doesn't have. It's got a cross up, but yeah, Christian. It's got a cross up. Bigger on Google. Let's do. I gotta put in Google. Google Dev Conference. I think 108 is the breakout. This is what I see. Look at this. So you kind of went up here to 110. You closed at 107. You're at 109 right now. I kind of think that because you broke this, if you close above 109 today, morning, Sherry, I think Google is quite a, you know, I mean, here we can look at a daily of Google. See, you're just above the 200-day, and it's breaking out above there, and it's the ascending wedge. So I do think, I mean, if we go to AutoFib, this is what I'm seeing. On AutoFib, on a daily, 109, if you close above 109, you really don't have anything above it resisting. 109's, you know, old resistance, which is 109, turns into support. Let me put that down. Okay. Let's go. I'm going to do this. X and Fubo. Fubo I was looking at last night. For some reason, Sherry, you must be getting in my head. But I was looking at him like $1 for Fubo. I mean, that's what's crazy is it was $1 back here. And now it's at 202. I mean, it's just been flying. If you got in at $1, this is what I was looking at last night. I'm like, wow, $1. It is still not making money, and make no mistake about it, Fubo is crazy to invest in. It's good to trade. Year to date, it's up 16%. The average price target is $3.26, and you're trading at $2. So if you get to that $3, nice 30% move. I was in the cable TV business. It is not easy. You can see the article on right there. Then you go down here. Nobody's really, I mean, March, the CFO bought $9,000 worth. They're exercising options. 1 million shares at 22,000. I mean, why is he exercising? You know, probably forced to do it, but sale 167,000 at 274. Looks like a great trade now. You know, it's just been a falling knife. I mean, let's look at Honest H. The Honest Company. I like that they're honest. Nice gap. 250. You're trading at 178. Had to buy in at 160. It is overbought at 60. Traditional overbought is 70. You moved back to the morning yesterday, and it was at 65. Moved down to 60 in the afternoon. The RSI I'm talking about. The MACD has kind of just been hovering. Meanwhile, you kind of did dip down. It's a little divergence there. But you came back, and the MACD has crossed up at 160. I'm seeing that gap at 250. My guess is they're not making money because this is your lunch money. Yeah, I do think that, I seem to think that, I'm not talking loud either. My throat kind of hurts. Is that any better, Brian? Let me turn up there we go. I'll turn up the gain a little bit. Hit my F with my, let me see about, yeah, that's good. I think you're still good. I'll talk a little bit louder on honest, down 40%. Kind of the most recent is sell side analysts. Target price 295. That comes from a large number of August previous ones that are still 11, 18, blah, blah, blah. They just had their earnings call, and you've had all kinds of sales at $2 and $3. Not big amounts, but you add them up, and probably for executives of this company, I mean, it's only a 154 million. So these guys are not making millions of dollars. So when they sell $70,000, $80,000 worth of shares, that may be all that they have, or all that's have matured. I don't know that I'd put my money into this, Sherry, honestly. It's household and personal products. I like them. I've heard of them. Yeah, it's the Jessica Alba company. It got Jessica Alba hype. Is that better, Brian? Am I sounding a little louder? I think I've got enough to start the podcast. Let's see. We start out with CPI. We go to bond rates. Fed pausing. We have PPI tomorrow. Oil down. Where's my note on? Yeah, let me see. I wanted to look at Upstart. That's what I wanted to look at. Look at this one. It's up 39%. 39%. I mean, I know it's earnings based. This is an AI. They probably have started, they basically provide loans not on FICO scores, but it's AI. And there's a great clip. There's a great clip here. Mark Minervini, Upstart, CNBC. This is a classic clip. This guy, great trader, Mike Minervieri, Minervini. I don't know how it's said, but he's a fantastic, legendary trader. Won a bunch of trading competitions, has written books, but this is the most classic one that I think.
Putting money in right now include Upstart. That is one.
So, well, Upstart's up about 25% just in 4 days. That's a good looking name. Very powerful, very strong earnings. These stocks are.
What do they do? Really, I don't even know them. What do they do?
Excuse me?
What does Upstart do?
Well, I'm sorry.
What kind of company is it?
Yeah, I'm not. You're breaking up.
So yeah, essentially the guy was trading, and he was talking. This is prime one example. Do not trust anybody on CNBC. Do not trust anybody on the internet. 100%. He didn't know what the fuck the company did. He just knew, hey, they're up 25%. I put some money into them. I traded them based on the chart. I have no clue what they did. I made money. That's 100% what happened. So it is the prime example. Now, Upstart is an AI company. They do loans, and it's based on artificial intelligence. They got into trouble. They were like a $400 stock because everybody loved it, blah, blah, blah. They are now, not earning money. It's a little bit of a hard kind of sell. Their earnings came up, and yes, they are up almost 40% today. But it's a classic clip. And look at the insiders. So they're selling at about 15, 18 to 15. It's selling at about 19. I don't put anything past them. I mean, a large number of these guys are looking to probably get out. Yeah, but I mean, if we just look at the chart, take a look at this chart. I mean, this chart is, look, that is no misprint. This was a $340, $362 at its high, $362 at its high in 2021. You still don't have confirmation on this one. I would say be wary. Any reaction in the market is an overreaction. But if you got in at 13.25 right before earnings and you were watching this one, hey, kudos to you and high five. But Upstart that was a good one. Maybe I should play that on the podcast. Okay. I think I'm good to start the podcast now. What am I looking at? Let's look at some of the pre-market movers. Wow. Unique Fabricking up 156%. There's nothing in there. Oh, there's your Faraday. FFIE up 16% in pre-market. It's a good move. And Urev. Thanks, Urev. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you so much. I don't work full-time. I guess you'd call this part-time work. I don't get paid. So, you freeloaders who don't tip, I'm kidding. I'd rather you guys make money and reinvest it. Tip me if you want. It's certainly appreciated, but I don't feel the need to charge for anything. TrendSpider, I do get a residual on TrendSpider. So if you sign up for TrendSpider, I do get. That's probably the biggest tip that you can give me is sign up for TrendSpider, because here's the thing. Because I feel guilty taking people's money, I'd rather see you get a tool and me get some benefit out of it. TrendSpider is a tool. It is a great tool. I like it. It's one of my favorites. And I give you all my stuff. The tools that I spent hours and hours and hours. You know what? I am going to play that thing. I forget the guy's name now. There it is. We're going to hit pause.
Putting money in right now.
We're going to hit pause. We'll play that one. Why not? I think it's a good lesson for people. Let's take a look. Where are we with SPY? We're at 414. This one keeps moving down a little bit. I still say 420 is your resistance level. Okay. I don't care about... oh, you know what I do want to do? We're going to do GOOGL. And we're going to add Apple. We're going to add Microsoft. We're going to add Meta. We'll add Amazon. And we'll take out this, and we'll add Netflix. And we'll do year to date. Netflix really outperforms over 1 year. Google's underperforming over 1 year. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, I'm going to start the podcast now. Let's see. Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 10th. It is CPI day, Consumer Price Index day. Consumer Price Index, 4.9%. Inflation went up 4.9%. That is what it was expected. It is down again, hugely bullish, because if inflation is down, the Fed can pause rate hikes. Simple as that. So June, this is just one inflation number. That there is another one tomorrow, which is the Producer Price Index, the PPI. If that one comes in with even leveling off, slight increase, or an actual reduction in the cost of making goods, then boom, I think we're off to the races. The only thing we've got a triple play, and I think that's the title of my live, is inflation, debt ceiling, and PPI index. It's the triple play. But if we get inflation, which is off the table now, if we get tomorrow PPI index, if that's off the table as well, then the only thing you have to worry about in this market, and it's not the only thing, but it is a significant thing, is the debt ceiling, which the meeting did not go well. They're playing chicken. You know, again, remember, McCarthy can say all that he wants about, needing his entire base to sign up for something. His entire base does not have to show up for a debt ceiling vote. He may have to get half of his base, and then the Democrats get most, if not the majority of their base, and it'll pass the House. So I think we get it done. It's just, God, there are some Democrats who are, moderate Democrats like me who are, say that, hey, federal spending is out of control. So it makes sense that they're negotiating this. The second CPI data came out. Bond rates were down. Stocks move up. And the other thing that moved up was Bitcoin. So I've got Mara and I've got Riot to look at and I'll look at GBTC and ETH as well. But yeah, so everything went up big. Oil is down. Let's go to the homepage of FinViz, and we can look at some of the commodities. Oil is up 0.07. Natural gas is down 2%. That's big for KOLD. Oil, the rumor is that the supply in the U.S. is increasing. So, again, supply increases. We're going to have a demand increase with summer driving season. China is just not moving as fast with their demand as was expected. So, oil, watch UCO. We can look at it now. Let's look at UCO because UCO had a cross up here. It's at 24.11 yesterday. You are at 24.87 in pre-market. You're at 24.95. This is a triple levered crude oil ETF. It is a decaying asset. It's not something you want to hold thinking, oh my God, oil will go up, because what they do is I've gotten trapped in this, a reverse stock split. You can see that there's a pretty clear on a weekly. You've got a pretty clear support level here at about 24.25. It's a descending wedge. It will always be a long-term descending wedge. The opposite of this, if you think that oil is going to go down from here, the opposite is SCO. And you can see SCO had a buy-in here at 21.71. You've been doing well. That was April 14th. You've been doing well if you went in there. Now, natural gas, we talked about Boyle well into the past. Boyle, let's see, $3.02 across up today. And I thought it was interesting. I still think you've got downside. In fact, pre-market, you're down 4% to $2.87. But this is BOIL. It's a decaying asset. If you think that BOIL, like I do, is still going to go down, KOLD is your buy. 74.77 was the buy here. I said I'm just not touching either one because both BOIL and KOLD are at extremes. That's not where you want to buy a decaying asset that is triple levered. In my mind, I don't think that you time these. I think you like the middle of the road where UCO and SCO are. Just take your pick which one you want. You can trade them on a 5-minute. You can trade them on a 65-minute algorithm. We've talked about the 65-minute algorithm in TrendSpider before. Trade them both. You can do. I like to trade these when I'm just sitting around doing nothing and I feel like gambling. Rather than going playing online blackjack, I'll just buy some of these things and say, you know what? Here you go. Here's $25. Here's $50. Let's go all in. And mind you, the stress level that I have investing $10,000 into Google, $10,000 into Apple is the same stress level as I have doing $25 or $50 bets on KOLD or BOIL or UCO, SCO. But play those with how you want. Google, this is an interesting one. Google's developers conference is today. They're supposedly going to announce a foldable Pixel phone. They will announce some other things. I think it will be heavily focused on AI. It has been shown throughout the earnings season that AI is enormous. What I want to show you is this ascending triangle wedge where we see Google continuing its breakout. Now, this ascending wedge, it's kind of platformed here at about 109. You're trading at 108.99. I want to say 108, 109 is a key pivot point on this one. If we close above 109 today, I think it's off to the races. And you might say, well, why is it off to the races? Well, let's take a look at a daily chart of Google. And then if I do an auto fib, and if you want to look it up, go to Investopedia.com and look at Fibonacci, which provides key support and resistance levels. It basically breaks it down into channels. And the key support up here is 109.46. And if you go back and you look, there's this gap right here at 111. And if we fill that, there's really no gaps to be filled either place. And I think you go off because here's the other thing that I was looking at. If you look at year to date and you look at big tech, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, and Netflix, it's basically FANG. And you look at year to date, Netflix is the lowest at 12%. Google is the second lowest at 20%. Amazon, 24%. Microsoft, 28%. Apple is up 37%. Meta is up a stunning 87%. That's year to date. So Google is in the bottom two. Look at 1 year, and you can see Netflix flips it on its head. Netflix over 1 year is up 91%. Meta, on the other hand, is only up 18%. Microsoft is only up 16%. Apple is down up 12%. Amazon is down 2%. And there's Google down 4%. Google is continuing to be the underperformer in this scenario. You can look here, 3 year, it's kind of in the middle of the pack. It's third place at 53%. But in the short term, I do think that Google has underperformed just based on that chart. When you see this and you see that top support in a Fibonacci at 109, remember, resistance turns into support. So every level of these, 109 then turns into support. That's why I think it's probably a good buy here at 109. I have not added any at 109. I have added plenty below 100. I'm loaded up on Google below 100. It is a long-term play on mine. I have added a bunch in retirement accounts that I just sit and forget about. So I like it. again, it's their developer conference today. Apple announced some stuff. If you're a video editor, Final Cut Pro is coming, which is huge, coming to iPad. And they did something interesting. Apple has turned kind of their model on software on its head. They're going subscription-based. So Final Cut Pro costs, I think, $300. I got it with an educational bundle with about 6 things. Excuse me, let me clear my throat. I got it for like $200 with about 5 other programs, but they're going subscription-based, and you can't purchase it outright. So it is 100% going to be services revenue that they're going to see. They're going to increase it. I think there is an enormous potential for that subscription revenue in Final Cut Pro. And there's a band one that it's not GarageBand, but I think it's Logarithm or something. Something I don't use, but it's for sound. It's all bundled into this educational package. If you ever want to buy it for your Mac, just Google Final Cut Pro educational package, and you'll find it. But yeah, that's huge. So Apple's developer conference is coming up later. Google's development conference is today. Google announces a bunch of stuff. I think you'll see it move. Okay, let's take a look at D-Man. D-Man watches me on YouTube. You guys should as well, because you can see all of the charts that I post, blah, blah, blah. D-Man has been pounding the table on GILD. These are windows. And he has been, I think he may work at Home Depot or something. And he said, hey, people are coming in windows, blah, blah, blah. This is what I want to point out to you guys. And this is why I like people like D-Man and people who invest like D-Man. They do the work. They understand exactly what I'm talking about. When I talk about investing in Apple, I'm looking at an iPad. I've got an iWatch, Apple Watch. I've got my MacBook. I've got an iPhone. I've got AirPods. I do have the Bose headphones, not the Air Max. But he said, GILD is up big time. It is up huge. Look at this. It had its earnings, made 35 cents. The algorithm has you buying at $13.44. You're up at $14.38. That's a great move for a window company. And I think he was pounding the table back here in December, where it was freaking $9, and you're at $14. So he says, yeah, GILD up big time. Latest picks, Generac, C's, SMG. And he's been looking at a shoe company, and I've heard about this one too, Onon, O-N-O-N, On Holding. This has been one where, and I think it's been retail traders have really been taking this one up. I heard Josh Brown talking about it a couple months ago, probably around here where it was at $16. You've doubled your money. I mean, honest to God, you've just doubled your money. What worries me about this one is this gap here between 22 and 25. At some point, you come back down there. These are running shoes, and being in the running community, I've heard of them. I have not tried them. Their PE is 164. It's only a $9 billion company, so it is considered small cap. It is up year to date 95%. For 1 year, you're up 49%. You can see the average target price is 32. You're trading at 33. The last downgrade, April 5th from Robert Baird, outperformed to neutral with a $33 price target. March, there was an upgrade. Webbush moved them from 20 to 25, and 37 upgrade from Goldman in November. They removed their price target. They moved it down from 37 to 28. There's no insider buying. You can read articles on this one. I think it's a retail trade. I don't think you're, and God, I hate to say this. I don't think you're going to 70 anytime soon. I mean, look at that move. You're back up here at 41. That was back in December 2021. It was an IPO back in September of September 2021. And it IPO'd around 40, I think. You're just making your way back to the IPO price. And it was hyped up. 100% hyped up. They are making money. So if you believe in the company, you can invest in it. That is one that he said, and I like his comment. He said it's definitely overpriced, but mid and small caps are the opportunity. He thinks large cap is crowded, and you got to think outside the box. It's about what's doing good that people don't think are doing good is the trick. That's what he's getting the hang of. And I kind of agree with him. I mean, at this point, Onan, I think it is a retail trade, so I don't know that I'd necessarily get into it, but like he said, it's expensive. If it pulls that back down below 30, I think you could get into that and just kind of ride the wave. Again, it's expensive. That PE is crazy. And if you want to talk about crazy PEs, let's get into earnings. Because Upstart, which is an AI company for loans, make no mistake about it, this is an AI company. They don't use your FICO score. They use AI to give you a loan. Now, what's interesting about this one, the reason I love this one, I've invested in this one before. I got out, and I believe I got out with either a small gain or a very big loss. I kind of forget which, but I did get out. You can see here, we'll go back into we'll go to a monthly. This one, no joke. It was close to $400 back in November 2021. It looks like 401, not even close. October 2021, the high was 401, 401. It's trading at $14. That's where it closed yesterday. You want to know where it's trading this morning? 1937. It is up an astounding 37%. Huge. One of the reasons I love this one is because there's a guy named Mark Minaveri. I don't know how to say his last name, but let me play this clip from CNBC. And if you're on YouTube, you can see it. If you're just listening, remember, just go to the timestamp and go to that in the YouTube video, and you'll be able to see it. But here you go.
Putting money in right now include Upstart. That is one.
So, well, Upstart's up about 25% just in 4 days. That's a good looking name. Very powerful, very strong earnings. These stocks are.
What do they do? Really, I don't even know them. What do they do?
Excuse me?
What does Upstart do?
Well, I'm sorry.
What kind of company is it?
Yeah, I'm not. You're breaking up.
Okay. That is prime example why you don't trust a douche on the internet like me or anybody on CNBC. That guy was talking his trading book. He had put money in there. He wanted to pump up the stock more. So he goes on CNBC, tells you that it's a great stock, doesn't even freaking know what they do. That's why you don't listen to a lot of people. You do your own research. You understand this stuff. This is a good company. It's not a great company. Upstart, let's look. They are not making money. Their PE is 28, the forward PE. Price to sales is significantly better today than it was. It's 1.21. They have cash on hand, $5.43 per share. It's a $1 billion company. Now, year to date, it's only up 6%. That's not including today's 40% move. The average price target is $11, and you're trading at 19. So do you get into this one? Hell no, I wouldn't get into this one. You can see on FinViz, there's a double bottom here at 12. That probably looks like a pretty good support. So if this ever gets to 12 again, throw your money at it. But do not buy this at 20 thinking that you're going to 40. You very well might, but it's risky. Do not put a large portion. I'd rather see you go, and make 5% in Google than lose 40% in Upstart. But Upstart, big mover of the day. Airbnb. This is one. Who hasn't used Airbnb? If you're somebody out there who hasn't used Airbnb, you're just kind of missing out. And again, use superhosts. Use people who know what they're doing. Don't go and sleep in somebody's dirty house that they're just going to a motel and charging you a bunch to stay at their house. That's nasty. But they gave weak guidance. I believe this is a long-term play. They are down 13%. It's at 109. I think 109 puts you below its 200-day on the 4-hour algorithm. This had a buy-in here at 118. It was overbought before earnings. People were expecting huge things from this, and they just lost it. I would not buy at the open. I would probably wait till it gets to about 104, 103, 104. Seems to me like there's some good bounces here at about, even at this price, 109, 108. I mean, you could time it. If you get under 100, I think it's a great, great play. PayPal, we talked about it yesterday. I think it hit 65. Let's see, is it up today? Yeah, it's at 66.41. It closed at 65.91. Again, I think that's an $80 stock at some point in time this year. SOXS, I have this one as having a big move. Yesterday, I got you out with 18%. Yeah, that's what I wanted. This is a semiconductor bear 3 times. It got you out yesterday with 18% gain. 18% gain. And it was a buy April 4th. So I wanted to show that one. It is down 3%. So the bull is up 3%. Carl asked me to look at Novo Nordisk. And if you don't know this one, it's a Dutch company, I believe. They have one of those weight loss drugs. And he's been in this one for a while. I will tell you, I have a friend who had this one prescribed to her to lose her baby weight. She, probably up there on the higher income scale. And she wanted to lose baby weight. She basically got this prescribed to her, and she raved about it. I mean, absolutely 100% raved about it. She exercised. She did everything. This was the thing that got the weight off of her. And it was nothing more than, almost cosmetic. But, a lot of people use this outside of cosmetics because they just can't lose weight. We're all made different. There's genetics at play. Just because somebody exercises and eats right, some people, even when they do that, can't lose weight. Just can't. So this is a wonder drug. You can see this is a crazy, crazy play. Now, here's the thing. The 4-hour algorithm over 2 years makes you 30%. It just has not been a good algorithm, because if you would have just bought and held over 2 years, you made 116%. So it's definitely been a buy and hold. Now, it is expensive. You just got out with a 10% gain here on May 4th. It got you back in today with a $168 price target. Now, if we go over here to FinViz, you can see the PE is 42. That's not huge in biotech. The average target price is 159. Again, you're trading at 168. There is an upgrade from Morgan Stanley from last year, equal to outweight. There's no other coverage. When you move down here, there's no insider buys. This is a $288 billion market cap, so it's fairly big. Their income, $9 billion. They have a 1% dividend. Year to date, it's up 24%. Performance for 1 year, up 51%. In my mind, you've missed this run. Doesn't mean it won't go to 180. Doesn't mean that it's going to continue this ascending trend. But I just again, I am a tech guy. Biotech, I just tend to stay away from. And that's my only thought on it. Carl has done really, really well on this one. And at kudos. I mean, anybody that's gotten into this one, I should have gotten into it much earlier. This price at 100 here, and just back in September where it hit lows. I mean, we'll take a look at long term. Look at this weekly. I mean, it was trading right around 45 back in 2019. Then you had COVID. It went down to 51. Well, March of 2020, if you traded at 51, you've 3 times your money in 3 years. 100% every year. I mean, come on. That's legend. That's legend status right there. So, news today. Disney. They report after the bell. Jim Cramer hates it. He said, I wouldn't buy it before earnings. I'd just probably hold it if you have it. my investment club holds a big portion of this, so we have it, blah, blah, blah. He went into his, somber Jim voice. I'm not saying buy it. I think anything under 100, you absolutely take the bait and buy. I hold this one, I think, with an average price of like 102, somewhere in that neighborhood. I bought right before the earnings up here at 109, and I could have sold it at 120. I didn't, and I've held on to it. I've added some to it at about 195, somewhere. It was under 100 in this period. But I think, again, streamers are having problems. If you don't cancel your streaming service every now and then, you're crazy. You're out of your mind. Get outside. Do some exercise. Don't stream all the time. Don't pay for all of them. So Disney, I'm not expecting a ton. I'm really not. Iger is going to probably talk about the DeSantis fight. It's never good when a company gets into a fight with a government, whether it's local, federal, whatever, state. So Roblox, we talked about this one. They announced, and their earnings, disappointing. They're down. They're actually up 2%. God, I can't keep track of this. Here's the thing. It wasn't super disappointing. You can see 48 cents here to 44 cents. So they lost less money. It wasn't a huge shock, so it didn't kind of bounce a ton. It is up 3% to 37.25. You did have this buy-in right before at 35, and I said this gap up here at 42 to 44 could get filled. I think we're on our way to filling it. Here's what you have to know about Roblox. They had an increase in users year over year. So this is not just a pandemic play. Year over year after the pandemic, they are increasing their user base. There is some issues with how they announced their earnings, and I think that's why it was down initially, and it was a down big, because they use these Roblox, and they have to convert them to US dollars and blah, blah, blah. I still think it's a $40 stock. I think if you get in here at 36, get the 36 handle. It's at 37.40. God, it's even going up as we open up. 37.35. People are trading it. It's going to be big. Don't buy it today. Wait for it to pull back to 35.36. That would be my take. Okay. Crypto. Mara. Let's look at Mara. It is up 4% to $9.82. I told you. Over $10, sell it. It just got you out here. This $10.35 buy. It's going to cross up again. Don't worry about it. If you're using TrendSpider and you're saying, hey, I want to get out of this, they're going to announce earnings. Let's see, May 10th, pre-market, May 11th, pre-market. So tomorrow morning, they announce earnings. I would expect with the price of crypto going up so much, these guys announce something good. That would be my take on it. Riot kind of trades right in line with Mara. Their earnings are coming up on May 23rd. So it's a while away. You have a buy-in here at 11.44. It's trading at 11.88. It's up 3%. GBTC, we can look at GBTC. This one is up 1.2% in the pre-market. It has you out, the algorithm. Here's the thing. Performance chart on GBTC. With the algorithm, you lose 19%. Just buying and holding, you lost 60%. So your boy here sold it like $8 back in December. Took a big loss on this one. Wasn't huge, but it was, 5 figures. It was decent enough. Not something I typically do. ETHE. And I've talked about it before, so I don't have to go back to it. But Peppy Coin and Poo Coin, you can invest in those. Well, I shouldn't say you can invest. You can trade those. Just don't think that you're investing. But ETHE had a buy-in here May 3rd. I went over it, $9.08. You are at $8.88. So you're down from where it was. Again, with a good economy, people are going to start going in there. I wanted to take a look at the ARCs. And I just, honest to God, I just take a look at these every now and then. ARC K, buying here at 36.53, you're at 38.98. You're up, get 2% again today. You're at $39. So you've almost got your 10% in ARK-K. ARK-G, which is the genomics, kind of the same trajectory, 29.50. Anything under 30 on this one, I think you buy. You're at 31 right now. You've almost got your 10%. ARK-F, we can look at. This is the financials, 17.98. You're moving in that direction. Again, are we in a bull market? I think so. The one that I really like and I think is the most diverse is ARK-W. ARK-W just had a buy-in here at $48.82. You're trading at $50. So you can see $50 is probably, all the way since February, is probably your pivot point here. Hasn't made you a ton, but if you get in under 50 and sell over 50, you're doing pretty well. Okay, scans will go in the private Facebook group, but I wanted to bring up a couple of them just here. PXD, we had that cross up. At 210.17, you're at 210.14 right now. It is just kind of pivoting around up and down. This is one with an 11% dividend. If you're not in this one, I don't know why. There talks about taking it over, blah, blah, blah. In the core portfolio, Amazon, way to cross up on Amazon at 106.60. You're trading at 108.92. Their earnings are past. The catalysts are gone. I just don't think there's a lot to move. But I think anything below 110 on this one, I think long-term, you're getting a deal. Boeing with their orders. Boeing had 730. I think Ryanair had a big one. 201.88. I'd say wait for anything under 200 because it's going to come. In the energy space, FANG, which is Diamondback Energy, big dividend. This one has a cross up here at 132.93. Let's see. XLE had a buy-in. Boyle, we went over. Halliburton and Schlumberger. Schlumberger is probably my favorite of the two. Schlumberger has a buy-in here at 46.37. Great price for this one. This is an energy technology company. They provide the technology to high oil and gas companies. The PE is only 17. This PE was crazy, crazy high now. 17 in an energy company is big. It's got a 2% dividend. Year to date, you're down 11%. Over 1 year, you're up 9%. I think this one's just been beaten down because it was so overbought. It moved from the lows back here in October, 34. And this was October of last year. It was 34. And then through December, it kind of went up. And then, that was 2021, the October lows, 34. Kind of went up. As of this year, January of last year, it was here at 47 or so. And it's just come right back down. I still think it's a great company. I think you'd be crazy to not get in at these prices. But, again, it's been beaten down. DRV, we talked about DRV a lot. This is the real estate play. This is a bear for the real estate play. So when the real estate market goes down, this one goes up. Had a cross up here at 49.70. Again, it's a decaying asset traded on the 65-minute is what I would do. One that I think is interesting here is Pinterest. We talked about Pinterest after their earnings. Pinterest just shot down. I think you've put in a floor here. 21.37 was the cross up yesterday. It's at 21.76. It's up 1.35. I do think you come back up here to this 26. So Pinterest at 21, I don't think it's a bad play. You've got a activist management and Elliott Group that is basically squeezing profit out of this. I think it's a good play. ODLF. This is Old Dominion Freight Line. ODLF. Let me put it in Dominion. ODFL. Sorry. Dyslexia. This one has a cross up. Doesn't have a price yet. You can see the MACD is just kind of floundering a little. But I think it's been beaten down. This is freight. I mean, it's not sexy. It's not anything that, you're going to make a ton of money on. But I think you've put in pretty good right there. You can see 320 is the price right there. Year to date, you're up 10%. 1 year, you're 11%. You got a 0.51% dividend. It's nothing crazy. I think Buffett owns this one. He owns some freight stuff. Banks. We had 3 banks that had cross-ups. One is Citigroup. Citigroup 46.33. Is this the turnaround for some of the banks? I don't know. Could be. It's interesting. Hold on. My active trader pro just crashed. So 46.33 is the cross-up on Citigroup. I like Citigroup. Personally, I own Bank of America. I own Wells Fargo. I own other ones that I like. I own Morgan Stanley. I think I own Goldman Sachs. Don't own JP Morgan, even though JP Morgan was a monster yesterday. JP Morgan was up. The algorithm has you out, so it hasn't had a cross up, but it's up 0.44 at 136. I think it was, 136. That's crazy thinking that you could get this, at like under 100 back in October 2022. It was crazy. But JP Morgan did not have a cross up. This COF is the symbol. This is Capital One Financial. These are credit cards. What you have to know about Capital One is if you think consumers will start defaulting, that's where this one comes into danger. And COF, they're heavy, heavy credit cards. It is a cross-up at 89.05. It's trading at 89.62. It is not a crazy valuation with a PE of 6. They have a 2.7% dividend. What worries me about these guys are all the downgrades that you see. The average target price is 110. So even with the downgrades, 110 doesn't seem crazy. You look at the insiders, they're selling. I don't know that I'd put a lot into this because, if you're in any kind of finance stuff, you're selling right now just with the bank industry. But a regional bank, which actually has a cross-up, is U.S. Bancorp. It doesn't have a price on the algorithm yet, but it did cross up. Now, the latest one, this one, 34.40, it lost you, I think, about 11% there. So be careful with this. I like it here, but I don't know that I love it. Again, it's a regional bank. So be careful. If you want banks and you want long-term, Schwab is at $48. I hear legendary investors saying, we don't know why it's at $48. It's easily a $60 bank stock. They just don't know. So let's look at the core portfolio. Amazon is up 2%. I see Devon is down at 48. It's down 1%. Google is up 1% at 10. It's almost at 110. Remember, 109 is going to be the point. If you see it close at 109, I think you can load up on it and you'll make, 5-10% on that one. Long term, if you want it long term, I think it's a great stock. Oxy, 57.88. It is down 1%. Roblox is actually up 3%. God, that one was down. It is up 3%. Snowflake is up 2% at 168. They are coming up on earnings May 24th. So it's broken out of this descending triangle. Big. It was 148 buy-in. You're at 168 right now. Your boy here, I think it's my average purchase price is around 160 or something. Tesla is at 172. We talked about how getting Tesla in the 160s was a good buy. It's up 1%. Uber is at 38.30. Remember how I said it's a $40 stock? I think you want to buy it closer to 30, but I do think this is a $40 stock. I think with Lyft reporting horrible earnings, with Uber doing more advertising in their app, they'll become a super app at some point in time, I think. And Exxon is put down 0.08. We talked about Exxon. I think 105 is probably the pivot on this one. It's at 108. I just think this kind of line right here between 107 and 105, if it gets down there and you want to own an oil company, that's just going to pay you a ton of dividends and buy back stock. That's it. So I will be back tomorrow. If you have any questions, let's talk about the sponsors before I talk about questions. Sponsors Visible. If you're paying anything more than $30 a month for your phone service, get Visible. There's a link down below. I personally have Visible. You save $20 off your first month. Let's look at Verizon. I didn't want to look at Visa. I wanted to look at Verizon because back here in March, I said, hey, which should you buy, Verizon or AT&T? And if you bought Verizon at 36, went all the way up to 40. I mean, that's a great trade. You know, got out of it, hopefully before the earnings. I think that at 37, 46, it's not a bad. Here's what you have to know. Verizon has an enormous dividend yield, 6.95. At some point, if they continue to go down like this, they're going to need to cut that dividend. Here's what you have to know from a long-term standpoint. If we go to a weekly, it's as low as it's ever been. They're just spending a ton of money. That's it. But Visible service, it is a race to the bottom, and that benefits you because $30 a month is your phone service for unlimited. I pay it. I think I'm at 25. I think they're running a promotion with 25. The link below saves you $20 off your first month. That means your first month is $5. If you have an eSIM, if you have one of the newer iPhones, just get an eSIM for Visible. Sign up with the link. It'll only cost you $5. Test it out against your current service. I know T-Mobile charges, I think, $45 for their unlimited. It might be $40. You know, try out Visible. Verizon supposedly has a better network. Personally, I've always been on Verizon. Atlanta, I know Verizon has a significantly better network than T-Mobile because there's just too many freaking people on T-Mobile. So I get Verizon. I don't get delimited, whatever it's called, deprioritized. I don't. Next sponsor is TrendSpider. The charts that you see, I use it on TrendSpider. If you sign up with the link down below, DSP25 saves you 25% off. I will give you my 4-hour algorithm. I will give you my 65-minute algorithm. I will give you the scanner that I use to find stocks. I will give you all of the watch lists that I have. I will give you everything that you need to actually benefit from all of this. It is a tool. I love it. I don't trade without it. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Again, the private Facebook group, if you want to join, it's in the link tree that is down below. There are symbols for all of the things. The other thing that I wanted you to do is if you made it this far, go and rate me on Spotify. I mean, I know I haven't asked for it in months, and it stopped. Every time I don't ask for it, new people start listening, and they don't rate me. But if you're listening on Spotify, hit the 5-star button, because if you made it this far, you must like something that you get. But hit the 5-star button, rate me. If you make money, tip me. You know, it's in the link tree. So I will be back tomorrow. If you have any questions, hit me up. All of the socials, even if you don't have a social media, you can email me. It's on the link tree. Okay, take care. See you. Stop recording. I'm trying to keep it to 40 minutes or less. Because even 40 minutes is a long time. Export song to disk. Export. And I've got to restart Active Trader Pro. It crashed. Let me look at Hershey, John. I had Hershey. I think it was Jesse. Had mentioned Hershey to me. Probably a year ago. So, I mean, shit. Hershey has been in a bull since January 25th. Do I think it's going to break out? I think it's already broken out. I mean, it is 0.89% off its 52-week high. The average price target is $274. Why do I think it's going to get 20%, 10% off? I think it comes back down. It's got to. I mean, it's just shit. Who's eating that much chocolate? Let's see if it does anything from a seasonal standpoint. No, that's just been a good stock. I mean, that has just been a good stock. Yeah. That's been a really good stock. I'm going to log into Active Trader Pro. Brian, here's the thing. They have to raise the debt limit. If they don't raise the debt limit, it doesn't stop spending. It just causes a default. They don't need to stop raising the debt ceiling. They need to stop spending. Debt ceiling means nothing. Debt ceiling is just what they've agreed to spend. So it's got nothing to do with, stopping spending. They've already agreed to spend all that money. It's passed, past the government. It's passed. The only reason, I think I saw an article. I need to force quit this. I saw an article with a great paragraph in it about if DeSantis stands by the will of the people is the laws that he passes in Florida because they voted him in, then all of the spending that we have is the will of the people because it's all been passed. It's not like the spending that we have is anything that has been an executive order. Nothing of it has been, through crazy measures. It's all passed through Congress. But they do need to stop the spending. I'm trying to get After Trader Pro working, but there we go. It's just slow, man. Ooh, here. This is an interesting one. This is interesting. Look at DPST. I'm going to move this back. Look at that. We got all the way up to 476. Then it just crashed. Okay, let me upload this puppy. I did, Dennis. I did. I will show you KOLD. Let me just create an episode real quick, and I'll get back to it. Desktop, podcast. My guess is, here, let me get you back over to, here's what I've been saying. So let me do KOLD for Dennis real quick. KOLD had a cross up here at 27.44. You're in this ascending wedge. So will you break out from it? I've said KOLD and Boyle, they are both in extremes. But KOLD has the trend. It's been doing really, really well. Crazy well, in fact. 74.44 was the buy-in. You're at 81.88. I think you're matching up against this $81, $82 kind of resistance level. If you break out above that, I think because we broke out here, I think you break out again. That's KOLD. Because Boyle had a cross up, and this is where I'm kind of iffy on whether Boyle can make a move, but we've hit this resistance at $3 multiple times, and it's been rejected here. We're going to put this, I'm sorry. This is, let me get rid of that. We're going to remove that. I'm going to put this one right here. I'll do a channel. Okay. We're going to go $3. So that's $3. And if you think that this is where I think this is $3 to $2. This is the channel that I think KO or Boyle goes into. Dennis. That's why I think it's going into that. I just don't think it's got enough strength to continue up here. If you see it close above $3 today, then it's got strength. But it's down 6% already today. I just don't think it's got anything. Okay, let me remove all annotations. Let me make sure I'm on. Yeah, I'm on this one. S&P. Let's go to SPY. This is SPY, and I've said this before. I think 420 is more of a resistance point. And I think the closer you get to 420, I think the more it wants to go down to cover this gap between 395 and 398. That's on the 4-hour. It just got you in with a 411 yesterday. So why is it down? Let's go to the weekly. It's down because you're hitting this resistance level up here. And I think just naturally it wants to go down. So Crunchy Light, I think that's why, even though we had good news, I think everything just turned around. I mean, God, everything just turned around. I'm just not seeing good news. The bad news is we're still in a debt crisis. We have PPI tomorrow. So the good news today is that inflation didn't go up. That's it. The inflation news is good, but remember, and if you're new, I say this a lot, whether your grandmother is making meatloaf for dinner at Christmas is already priced into the market. That good news was already priced in. So I don't think it was unexpected. I think if we got a bad number, because we've had that run up, I think it would have been significantly worse. But I think it's basically realizing, hey, we're at an inflection point here, and you're in this trading range. I mean, look at this. This is just, here's January of this year. In my mind, I'm gonna open this up. So here, this is January, and we'll go to the lows. This is 378. In my mind, this goes up to 423. I mean, it's not exact, but this is your trading range for this year. And I think it's going to take the debt ceiling getting out of the way. I think it's going to take the Fed halting, or pausing, I should say. And remember, there's already 3 price cuts from the Fed punched into this year. If they don't start decreasing, you're going to see this move back down here. I think you've taken this 348 down here. I think you've taken that off the table because there is still too much good news and the economy is just too resilient. But you haven't taken this range off the table yet in my mind. And so you're punching up against this top at 420. It's going to take a lot more than 4.9% inflation reading to get up there. Now, it's not down significantly. I mean, here I see the S&P S&P is 0.24. The Dow is down 0.1. The NASDAQ is up 0.74. That's what I see. So the VIX is down at 17. It's down 2.27. I think what you're going to see is that VIX at 17, I think you're going to see that go to 30 as we get closer towards the end of summer. But Crunchy, hopefully that explains it. I just, there's never a perfect answer. If anybody tells you this is the absolute 100% reason, they're just lying. It's a guess at best. But the market is a fully functioning beast. I mean, look at that DPST number. Look at that. This is literally, that's a falling knife right there. You go from $4.78 all the way down to $4.33. I mean, that's a huge move. So in a matter of what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? So let me add in a transition. I like swapping tubes. I'm going to insert an ad. Save episode. Five, 10. I don't think so. I got CNBC on behind me. I think it's just the euphoria over the inflation. And I think it most likely has to do with I moved it over here. Hold on one second. Where is my mouse? There it is. Okay, where? There it is. I gotta go back to live. Every time I've got my iPad Pro over here, and for some reason my mouse likes to jump over to it, and I get it. It's usually a great thing, but when I'm actually trying to work, it doesn't seem to want to come back. Let's go back here, and we'll take some notes. Boom. Okay. GOOGL Dev Conference announcements. AI holds. Went crazy. Let me see. What else in my notes? Roblox. Earnings. TV just went off. Okay. And we're going to publish that. Publish now. Now I got to do a YouTube video. We're going to upload. Upload video. Select files, desktop. There we go. 510. We're going to do that one, and we're going to do Canva. Let's do, maybe I should do this one. No. YouTube banner. Oh, I like this one. Maybe we'll do this one. This one today is good. Make a copy. And you know what? I don't like this one. No. We're going to go home again. I don't like that one. Projects. I like this one. Let's do this one. What else did I go over? Today is 5:10. We will share. Boom, 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 boom. Download. PNG. Who's got something they want me to go over while I'm just... we're going to upload thumbnail. Downloads, copy of blue. There we go. I am going to copy, paste. We're going to say Mary Barra. Hey, let's talk to somebody who can crash a company and declare bankruptcy and make the government bail us out again. Let's do this. And we're going to title it this. Next. Publish. Okay. Processing. Sweet. It's uploaded. Okay, since it's uploaded, I am out of here. There is what I was doing. There is where we are with SPY. So far this week, this is a weekly chart. We are in the green. So, looks like some stuff has come back. Amazon is up at 109. Amazon is up 3%. It's a great chart right there. Look at that. I mean, that's a great, nice looking chart on that Amazon. Would have been nice to buy at 93, and now you're at 106. For a company that if you held on to it for, look, Roblox is up 5%. Remember this $35 price buy here? Yeah. Shopify is up, way up. Snowflake, look at that. 148. Should have bought more of that. Tesla's at 174. Hopefully you got in at 160s. Because it's going to 200, I think, in this market. Okay. I'm out of here, guys. Join the Facebook group. I will post some stuff in the Facebook group. Have a great day.